guys. So we're back. We're like on our way back to Tallahassee, which could only mean one thing, that this trip was unsuccessful. Sorry for not vlogging much of yesterday, which was Friday. Things got pretty hectic and restless, and it was just bad. But originally, I guess I'll just like explain what happened. I guess I'll start with JC because that's how the day started. He said he was coming in at 10, so we went to the airport, and we like checked all the flights and he wasn't there, so we thought we had missed him. And then we went to the Wanted Hotel and we stayed there all day, and we figured that they stayed in Disney because no one had seen them. So we were like, okay, whatever. Then we left the hotel to go eat something because we were like starving and we were dying. So we went to get something to eat, and then we checked JC's Twitter and he tweeted someone that he was coming in at 3:30. So we were like, okay. So we went back to the airport, and like that's when things got really hectic because there was only one flight coming in from Chicago at the time. So we were at the gate waiting for him, and we never saw him. We waited for an hour, and no JC walked through the gate. Like there was no JC, and the guy that like made MagCon or whatever like came to pick him up, and like none of them tweeted. Like neither of them tweeted, so like we didn't know if JC was still at the airport or if he had already picked him up and they were like going to Senor Frogs or whatever. So it was just like super confusing, and we got excited for like nothing. And yeah, then we went back to the Wanted Hotel, and we saw the kids like all day. Like they were at the pool, like just chilling, eating. And we were in the lobby. We were outside because a bunch of girls started coming, and we were like, fuck this, we're going outside. So we were sitting outside just like seeing who was coming. And then we were outside and we saw the kids get into a taxi, and we were like, oh, they're probably gonna go meet the boys for dinner or something, or for like drinks at a bar or something. So we tried to follow the taxi, but it kind of sped off and we lost it. So we assumed that they were going to downtown Disney. So we went to downtown Disney, and we went to all the bars and all the pubs, and the Wanted was nowhere to be found. And then we just walked around downtown Disney because Regine had never been, and we had nothing to do and no sign of the Wanted. So we were kind of just chilling, and now it's raining, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay. And then we were sitting down because Regine didn't feel too well, and Jay decides to tweet a picture in his hotel room with a beer. And that's when we literally flipped a shit, and we like sped back to the hotel, and we went back to where we were, where like all the girls were, and like we asked them if they saw them, and they were like, no, like we've been here the whole time and no one has walked through those doors. And we're like, well, they're here, and like everyone knows obviously because everyone had seen the tweet, but no one had seen them. So then for some odd reason, finally at like 11 o'clock at night, we finally came to the conclusion that we were in the wrong building of the resort, and that they weren't staying at the hotel, that they were staying at like Kidani Village. So we went to Kidani Village, and still like it was just like at that point like they were already inside, like they weren't coming down, so there was no point of just like, you know, walking around the hotel because it was pointless. We weren't going to see them. So then we went back to Jumbo, the other building we were in, because Nano and the kids were at the bar. We ordered some fucking pizza because we were fucking starving, and we fucking ate pizza, and we waited for them. And after a while we were just like, fuck this, like they're not coming down. And like we had to wake up this morning at 8 to drive back to Tallahassee. So we were like, whatever, let's just leave. So we left at around 1, and we went back to Morgan's place, and we slept, and we woke up this morning, and now we're back to Tallahassee, or we're going back to Tallahassee. And it sucks how events turned out, but I think that if we would have stayed the whole weekend, we probably would have met them, since we actually knew what hotel they were in now. But on the bright side, we are going to see them in a couple months, JC and the Wanted. but yeah. So yeah, it was unfortunate, and we got really like discouraged yesterday, but it's fine. Like, we do this for a living, so you know, we know that sometimes we can't win them all, right? Right, Reggie? Yeah. But yeah, so that was it for this adventure, but we'll see you on our next adventure. Bye.
The sun goes down, the stars